What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ryan Meyer's Expeditions. Today we are overwhelmed with kittens, but the plan is we're gonna go spearfishing with the 3 prongs. We got a couple friends meeting us. Oh my gosh. We got a couple friends meeting us. We're gonna cook up on the rocks. Should be a really cool day. We don't have a lot of time because we have all of these freaking kittens to get back to. Guys, if anybody wants to adopt a kitten, I'll put the new email down below. It's rmxkittens@gmail.com. They are freaking adorable. Don't judge them by their bad behavior right now. This is feeding time, but they are freaking cute. If you want one of these, shoot me an email and we'll get you set up. Until then, we'll see you in the water. Sam, again, what do we do?
I just got a brand new 3-prong, my very first 3-prong ever. It's pink. I love it. It is the 7-foot hybrid cowabunga, right?
Half and half.
Half and half. Halfy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And look at this. This has never seen a rock before. I'm about to completely flatten this tip.
Alrighty, so we got Sam a new 3-prong. Britt showed up. Hey, Britt. I almost just stabbed myself to death. Britt's got her 3-prong. A couple more of the guys are coming. We're gonna do some more 3-pronging. Look for those kole, king kole, pachis, all those little type of things to fry up right here on the rocks. Nice! Look at the size of that one.
They're really dumb.
Do you see the difference between the shallow kole and the deep kole?
Yes, I do.
Do you see why we listened to Ryan?
Only sometimes.
That's a slob there.
This thing's awesome.
Is that awesome?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, Sammy. So I think some of these clips are a really, really good side-by-side kind of comparison between Sam's hunting ability and Britt's. So if you watch Britt, you can see perfect freediving skills. I mean, she's just perfect in the water. But watch her aggressive movements towards the fish. You can kind of see how she's doing a lot of attacking, you know, and you can kind of see that in those movements really, really clearly. Whereas watch some of Sam's shots. You know, they both miss a lot of fish and they both landed a few fish, but it's really kind of cool to see those differences in their hunting styles. So you can see Sam down here, posted up, loaded, being super, super calm. She's not doing anything quickly. She's not doing anything aggressively. She's posted up, waiting, and then taking those shots. She misses, and we think we've kind of diagnosed some of what was happening to her. I think she's kind of holding on to maybe the back of the pole spear, and she could definitely use a little bit more power. But then you've got Britt here, super wonderful freediving ability, moving nice and slow in the water, looking really good. But then that hunting gets a little bit aggressive here, especially after you miss that first shot. You can see all those fish moving away from her. And that's kind of like all about your vibe down there in the water. You know, if they feel threatened, they feel like you're hunting them, they're being chased away, they're gonna leave. You can see Sam down here, nice and easy, chilling, moving slow, totally relaxed down here, waiting for those kole to kind of come over to her, to approach her where she can get a better shot. You can see how the fish are coming at her. They're not afraid of her, and that's completely your body language underwater. Still, she needs a little bit of work with those little piddly arms. We think we need to build her a grip, but it's really cool to watch side by side, kind of like the way the fish react to the two of them. So Britt here again, and you can see that kind of beautiful freediving technique. She's actually a 160-foot diver, but we've definitely got a little bit of work to do to turn that freediver into a spearfisherman. And you see that difference a lot in a lot of people, especially here on this island where there's so many freedivers and they're incredible divers, but the spearfishing is truly a different skill, and you've got to kind of the best guys can all do both really well. She's getting it a little bit more there where she's sitting down there waiting. You can see again here that real kind of aggressive approach to these fish that are all kind of afraid of her before she takes that shot. Sam again down here hunting really well as a true spearfisherman. You know, that's how she started. She didn't start as a freediver, she started as a spearfisherman and hunting really well, but she definitely needs a little bit more muscle to maybe hold on to that spear and get a little bit more power out of those spears. You can see how calm she is in between shots though. All those fish around her are relaxed, they're chilling, they're not afraid of her. So Sam again diving here, super slow, super relaxed, hands-free equalizing, just looking really, really good on the way to the bottom. And again, Sam is like 99% there. She just gotta work on that muscle a little bit, or maybe it's a grip we need to add, or maybe it's a little technique. I think she might be kind of holding on to the end of the pole spear before it gets a full kind of power out there. But you can see it here on a couple of her shots, where it's just like a little bit weak. She waits till she's got the right shot. That fish should have been perfectly dead, and it kind of stops. It's almost like there's no follow through on her spear. Again, super relaxed down there, waiting on the bottom, waiting for those fish to kind of come over, and then just kind of tickling them.
I don't know what Ryan is talking about. I mean, I usually accept his constructive criticism because honestly, everything I've learned about spearfishing, I have learned from Ryan. But more importantly, Ryan misses fish just as often as I do. I mean, you guys have seen his kole videos. I know he misses kole. He's had way more practice with the three-prong. I'm still getting used to it. I think that once I have a grip and I can load this thing further up the shaft, I'll have more power and more penetration on fish. I mean, I was hitting fish, they didn't stick.
So after watching the girls blast away for a little bit, I decided it was my turn to go down there and try out this new pink cowabunga that we got for Sam. And I was pretty impressed. You know, I've been really kind of torn between the half and half style of like a little bit more weight and then that really light style of graphite. And honestly, after using Sam's all day, like I'm still not sure which one I prefer. You know, I think strictly kole wise, I really do like the graphite, you know, super light and simple. But for the extra weight of shooting proper fish, like you'll see here in a couple clips, you know, a nice Roy, a nice alihi. If I was out there looking for like goats and stuff like that, I bet I would have a blast with this 7-foot half and half. I definitely still struggle with that style of kind of what I learned from Justin, where you've got your stringer in your left hand and you've got the spear in your right hand, and as soon as you shoot it, you kind of string it up, and that way you can sit down there and get multiple koles on the same dive. Mine seems to always be like dangling around the rocks, and I feel like I'm just bait for an eel as I swim around. But starting to get it, and like I said, this little graphite here with the grip on it was pretty rad for these little koles, and I was having a blast. You can see here how chill they are, and if you just sit down there and you wait and you wait and you wait, they'll kind of come over to you and you can kind of pick out the best shot and kind of pick out the biggest one. Sometimes it's tough when they're all like kind of the same size and you're not really sure which one to shoot at. Sometimes I also completely forget everything that I'm telling you guys and kind of go full disaster mode here. Check out how many shots it takes me to land a fish on this dive. First one there, totally whiffed. Load up. Now I'm kind of like chasing stuff around. There's kole everywhere, but you can see how they're afraid of me. I'm going after them. I'm in attack mode, and they can tell. Get another shot on one here, lose that one. Load up again. Now I'm like, there's fish everywhere. I've got to get one to go up. Lose that one. That's 3 shots now. Again, just all of my skills kind of deteriorated here, and I'm just down there chasing fish around like a kook. You can see how much movement I'm doing on the reef. Nothing is chill. Everything is terrified of me. Eventually, though, I find this one, which was just a little bit dumber than the rest of them, and I'm able to get an approaching shot and then finally land one. So one of the things I'm really, really excited for about the three-prong is to kind of target some other stuff. You know, there's a lot of fun stuff down there to shoot that aren't kole that are kind of different from anything I've shot before. And this one here is a great example of that. There's this big red saber-tooth squirrel fish down here in this hole, which we see a lot down here, but definitely a little bit bigger fish, definitely a little bit more of a challenge to get on this little three-prong. End up with a solid shot here, stoning him. And this is actually what we chose to kind of go home and cook with. Absolutely beautiful fish, but after what happens later, I think this will definitely be the last one of these that I kill. Another thing that I'm really, really hoping to do more of with the three-prong is just go out here and blast Roy. They're a little bit more of a challenge on the three-prong for sure, and this was kind of a smaller one, but you can definitely hunt those bigger Roys, and I bet they'd be an absolute blast. So similar to kind of what we do in the Bahamas with the pole spearing groupers. They're back in their holes, just kind of the perfect tool to do that with. So a few days before at this exact same spot, I saw a kagami. And a kagami, for all you Florida guys, is an African pompano, which is like got to be everybody's favorite fish ever. So I've been wanting to shoot one out here forever, but I saw one, and so that's why I got the big gun, and I wanted to go down here and kind of keep exploring this area. I've also seen some really big ukus here, some big moos, and on this exact day, actually, we saw some schools of kava and akus coming through and bashing those little bait fish. So I just kind of knew there was so much life around, and I wanted to get that big gun, go out here and kind of see what happened. I did several drops in this area, which is kind of like this cool little whirlpool area where like the current and the point kind of meets. There's a barracuda up there. There's just a lot of predatory life around. For hunting just about anything, I will always do the same thing. I go to the bottom, I sit there, I dust, I grunt, I wait, and see what comes in. And this time it was that big Moana kole there. You can see that guy kind of cruising around. And I'm always just going to settle down, I'm going to sit there, I'm going to wait, and 99% of the time, if you do this even like mostly correct, they'll just come over to you and present a perfect shot. These fish are delicious. They're probably one of our favorite eating fish out here in Hawaii, and I cannot pass on these bigger ones. Stoked to land plenty of koles for cooking right there on the rocks, and then this beautiful kole for later in the week. Well guys, solid dive there. Now we're doing what we do best. We got the fire going behind us, sun going down. Joe showed up there last minute, came out for a quick dive, got a couple of king koles. I'm gonna help Joe out, teach him some spearfishing stuff, and then hopefully he's gonna teach me some hunting stuff. But you got some awesome areas out in Idaho, huh?
Oh yeah, we got tons of public land, big bowls.
Sick. So someday after I actually shoot my bow, maybe an elk one of these days. But for now, we'll go out there, we'll look for some of these mouflon sheep out here, some goats, some pigs, all that kind of stuff. But right now, casual Saturday night, cooking up some kole over the fire.
We are back in the kitchen, and as you guys already know, the first step is always to crack open a beer. There we go. We are turning Ryan's alaihi. Is that how you say it?
I mean, they'll tell us it's wrong no matter what we say.
I'm sure it's wrong. We're gonna turn it into something fabulous. We're making like a Thai steamed fish sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, new recipe as usual. We have no idea what we're doing. Hopefully it turns out good. It's got lots of great ingredients, so we're gonna show you exactly what we're gonna do.
I spent forever scaling this monster. I'm dripping blood still from, they call this like the saber-tooth squirrel fish, and you can see why. Razor blades everywhere. I mean, this is not a friendly fish at all. I mean, this stupid little spike here is the one that shredded me. But yeah, so we get to it. So guys, in addition to a whole entire flock of kittens, we got the new merch going on. RMX Spearfishing, we're still working on some designs. We're still working on the different fabrics. I wanna make sure that we get the highest quality cotton so that it does not itch and hurt your guys' skin at all. So we got some good high quality stuff coming. And yeah, we're gonna feed some kittens, wear some RMX clothing, and cook up dinner.
We're gonna give these guys a quick fry in some peanut oil, but before I do that, I'm gonna stuff their belly cavities with some basil.
So the first step here, I'm gonna take this thing, I'm gonna flash do it. It's not gonna fit. Yeah! We need bigger pans or smaller fish or something. Someday we will own a wok and this won't be a problem. Heavy.
Dude, I can hold a fish.
Try this one more time. Hopefully this thing fits. There we go. That's what it's supposed to do. So I don't care how this thing tastes, it is not gonna taste good enough for me to ever shoot one again, because that was the most miserable fish to clean that I've ever done in my life. My finger is freaking shredded. It was not a good time. Oh.
We're gonna drizzle with a little bit of fish sauce, about 4 tablespoons over both fish.
It seems redundant, guys. Put fish sauce on fish to make it taste more like fish.
Fish is going in the oven for about 25 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer since we've got so much fish here, but.
You mean since I shot a giant moo?
Okay, so I have some garlic, ginger, and some hot red pepper. We're gonna saute it really quickly and add some other stuff for a sauce that's gonna go on top.
Guys, we're thinking about buying a boat. Comment down below if you think you would like to see Ryan Meyers Expeditions on a boat every day. Let us know.
Also, go to GoFundMe/RyanMyersExpeditions.com.
Also go buy some merch, because we need to buy this boat.
Yellow bell pepper is also going in. This is just brown sugar, water, and rice vinegar. I'll put the recipe down in the description so you can see exactly how much that I use. But we're gonna pour this stuff in. What are you doing?
I'm so excited. I'm starving. I'm starving.
Tomatoes are going in. The fish looks epic.
Check it out.
It looks epic. Now we're gonna take our crazy veggie peppery concoction and we are going to load the fish up. Ryan doesn't sound thrilled.
No, I'm thrilled.
But
I'm very excited. It's
I've
just-
tasted the fish and the peppery concoction and they both taste amazing. I think it's gonna be great.
This is alright, right?
Yeah,
It looks great.
Maybe.
Right, Britt?
it looks great.
Okay, fishes? Oh, it tastes good.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're a hater.
Right.
That was Ali.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
And?
Good.
I'm not sure what I think I just grabbed a bite of the moo. Let's try it.
The moo's better, but they're both really good.
Oh, I like this recipe. I'm gonna pour a little
I love the spice thing.
Mm-hmm, the spice is good.
Yeah.
Also,
That's
Sam
good.
cooks the best rice out of anyone I've met.
Out of our
Sorry,
friends.
Mom.
I made the rice. I'm never killing an ollie again. The thing was so spiky, my fingers shredded. Look at that. Never again. That's really, really good. Sam?
This is the alaihi on my fork right now.
It's good. Ollie's good. I'm done with them though. Look at that finger. Never again.
I say shoot another Ali if the time presents itself.
Sam?
How do you pronounce this fish?
Ollie!
Alaihi?
Guys, comment down below with the pronunciation because I guarantee we butchered it. The recipe of the peppery stuff that went on the top was pretty action, and I would definitely do that again. I'm not sure an alihi will ever die by my hand again, but we'll be using this again. Guys, we're gonna feast on this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already. Drop a comment, let us know what you think. Please tell us how to pronounce alihi. And we'll see you next time right here on Ryan Meyer's Expeditions.